What up, everyone? Mr. Downtown Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Orlando for Monday, March 11th, 2024, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Raymelo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Oppenheimer was named the Best Picture of 2023, while it stars Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr. won Best Actor and Best Supporting Actors at the Academy Awards Gala in Beverly Hills, California on Sunday. Murphy said, dedicating his win to the peacemakers everywhere, "I'm a little overwhelmed." Addressing his director Christopher Nolan, with whom he also worked on Dunkirk, Inception, and the Dark Knight trilogy, Murphy said, "It has been the wildest, most exhilarating, most creatively satisfying journey you've taken me on over these last 20 years. I owe you more than I can say." Nolan also won the Best Director honor for Oppenheimer. Downey said as he collected his Oscar and basked in the glow of a standing ovation from his peers, "I'd like to thank my terrible childhood and the Academy in that order." The actor, who has long been candid about his battles with drug addiction years ago, went on to thank his wife, Susan, who, he said, found me a snarling rescue pet and loved me back to life. He added, "That's why I'm here." Oppenheimer also won the trophies for Best Director, Best Score, Best Editing, and Best Cinematography. Emma Stone won her second Oscar for Best Actress for Poor Things, which also picked up the Oscars for Best Hair and Makeup, Best Costume Design, and Best Production Design. Stone said, "It's not about me, it's about a team that came together to make something greater than the sum of its parts. That is the best part about making movies, all of us together." She also gave a shout out to her parents, brother, husband Dave McCary, and their daughter, who she said will turn 3 this week and has turned our world Technicolor. Stone said, "I love you bigger than the whole sky, my girl." Paul Giamatti escorted The Holdovers co-star Divine Joy Randolph to the stage so she could accept her Best Supporting Actress statuette. She said, "God is so good," with tears streaming down her cheeks. In the heartfelt speech, she thanked all of the people, particularly her mother, who encouraged her to act when she thought singing was the path for her. She added, "I'm so grateful to all of you beautiful people out there. I've always wanted to be different, and now I realize I just need to be myself. I thank you for seeing me." Moments later, The Boy and the Heron won the award for Best Animated Feature, while Anatomy of a Fall earned the honor for Best Original Screenplay, and American Fiction scored the prize for Best Adapted Screenplay. The Zone of Interest was named Best International Feature Film and also won for Best Sound, while Godzilla Minus One earned the accolade for Best Visual Effects, and 20 Days in Mariupol was voted Best Documentary. Billie Eilish and Vanessa Hudgens won for Best Song for What Was I Made For. Filmmaker Wes Anderson scored his first Oscar for Best Live Action Short for The Wonderful World of Henry Sugar, but he wasn't in attendance. Jimmy Kimmel, who hosted the gala honoring excellence in film, joked that Anderson couldn't be there because he was at home building a diorama out of corridor, referencing to the nostalgic aesthetic of Anderson's movies. The comedian opened the show by thanking the crowd of beautiful human actors and a dig at Hollywood's recent battle to limit the use of artificial intelligence in cinema and TV for the partial standing ovation they gave him. The show aired live on ABC. Oppenheimer went on into the competition with 13 nods, followed by Poor Things with 11 nominations, and Killers of the Flower Moon with 10 nominations. And in a related story, Barbie may not have taken many Oscars Sunday, but the performances of 2 nominated songs from the blockbuster comedy were among the 3-hour ceremony's best moments. Ryan Gosling wore a bright pink sparkly suit and brought the house down with the high-energy, hilarious performance of I'm Just Ken. Gosling, who was nominated for Best Supporting Actor but lost out to Oppenheimer's Robert Downey Jr., started singing in his seat in his audience, prompting giggles from his co-star Margot Robbie and fellow Best Song nominee Billie Eilish. Gosling's performance included dozens of backup dancers, as well as his male co-stars from the movie, including Simu Lee and Kingsley Ben-Adir. Rock legend Slash also made a guest appearance assisting the orchestra with his guitar. Wrapping up the song, Gosling jumped back into the audience and shared his microphone with Gosling, their co-star America Ferrara, and their director Greta Gerwig, who gamely sang "I'm Just King" and "I'm Enough." By contrast, Yiddish and her brother Finesse O'Connell played piano for their rendition of the movie's emotional anthem, What Was I Made For which ultimately won the Best Song Oscar. The siblings become the two youngest two-time Oscar winners Sunday. They also won in the same category for No Time to Die from the 2022 James Bond movie of the same name. Yiddish laughed as she accepted her second statuette. "I had a nightmare about this last night." She added, "I just didn't think this would happen. I was not expecting this. I feel so incredibly lucky and honored. Thank you to Greta. I love you. Thank you for this. I'm so grateful for this song and for this movie and the way that it made me feel. And this goes out to everyone who was affected by the movie and how incredible it is." Vanessa Hudgens showed off her baby bump on the Oscars red carpet on Sunday. Hudgens wore a long-sleeve, form-fitting black gown as she interviewed celebrities for the prize presentation pre-show, which aired on ABC. She's married to 27-year-old professional baseball player Cole Tucker in December. This will be their first child together. Hudgens is known for her performance in High School Musical franchise, as well as TikTok boom Rent Live and Grease Live. The Oscars honoring excellence in the film. Jimmy Kimmel hosted the event. Numerous celebrities wore red pins to Sunday's Oscars ceremony, calling for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. Among those who added artists for ceasefire accessories to their ensembles were Best Song Oscar winners Billie Eilish and Vanessa O'Connor, as well as origin filmmaker Ava DuVernay, previously doubled Oscar winner and presenter Mahershala Ali, and Poor Things cast members Ramy Youssef and Mark Ruffalo. The Zone of Interest director Jonathan Glazer referenced the contemporary conflict as he accepted his Oscar for Best International Feature for his Holocaust-themed movie. Glazer says, "All of our choices were made to reflect and confront us in the present. Right now we stand here as men who refute their Jewishness and the Holocaust being hijacked by an occupation, which has led to conflict for so many people. Whether the victims of October 7th in Israel or the ongoing attack on Gaza, all the victims face dehumanization." Director Mistov Chernov spoke about the Russian war in Ukraine as he picked up a statuette for Best Featurette documentary for 20 Days in Mariupol. Chernov said, "Probably I will be the first director on the stage who will say, I wish I never made this film. I wish to be able to exchange this for Russia, never attack Ukraine, never occupied our cities. I cannot change the history. I cannot change the past. But we, all together, you, some of the most talented people in the world, we can make sure that the history record is set straight and the truth will prevail and that the people of Mariupol and those who have given their lives will never be forgotten." Filming is underway for the Spinal Tap sequel. Variety reported Monday that This Is Spinal Tap 2 has entered production in New Orleans. The original This Is Spinal Tap was directed by Rob Reiner and opened in theaters in 1984. The film is a mockumentary following the heavy metal band Spinal Tap, played by Michael McKean, Christopher Guest, and Harry Shearer. Reiner will return to direct the sequel and play documentarian Marty DeBurgi with McKean, Guest, and Shearer to reprise their roles as band members David St. Hubbins, Nigel Tufnell, and Derek Smalls. In This Is Spinal Tap 2, the band reunites after a 15-year hiatus for a final concert. Questlove and Trisha Yearwood will make cameo appearances in the film, along with previously announced guests Paul McCartney, Elton John, and Garth Brooks. The other reporter confirmed the news. Reiner said in a statement, "I recently spoke to Marty DeBurgi, who said that he was more than happy to take a sabbatical from his position as a visiting professor assistant at the Edgewood School of Cinematic Arts to once again document Spinal Tap to ensure their place in the pantheon of rock and roll." This is the Spinal Tap sequel was announced in 2022. 20th Century Studios is teasing the new film The First Omen. The studio shared a trailer for the movie Monday featuring Nell Tiger Free. The First Omen is a prequel to The Omen from 1976 and the sixth film in the Omen horror franchise. Free plays Margaret, a young American woman sent to Rome to begin a life of service to the church. The character, quote, uncovers a terrifying conspiracy that hopes to bring about the birth of evil incarnate. Taufik Barfan, Sonia Braga, Ralph Ineson, and Bill Nighy also star. The First Omen is written by Ben Jacoby, Tim Smith, Arkasha Stevenson, and Keith Thomas, and directed by Stevenson. The film opens in theaters April 5th. Free is known for playing Leanne Grayson on the Apple TV Plus horror series Servant. Scarlett Johansson unexpectedly appeared in a Saturday Night Live sketch this weekend mocking Republican Senator Katie Britt's recent rebuttal to U.S. President Joe Biden's State of the Union speech. The show began with the cold open segment showing an exaggerating high-energy Biden played by Mickey Day addressing the country. Day's Biden reminded Vice President Kamala Harris, played by Punky Johnson, to stand frequently to support what he says, and he called Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson, played by Michael Longfellow, a weirdo, chiding him for shaking his head every time Biden said, "my predecessor," referring to former President Donald Trump. When Republican Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene, played by Heidi Gardner, yelled "boo, liar" at Biden while wearing a Make America Great Again hat and a t-shirt that said "say her name," a reference to Laken Riley, a Georgia nursing student who was murdered while jogging allegedly by an undocumented immigrant who previously had been arrested for several crimes and let go under a new lax new bail reforms law. After recoiling at the sight of her outfit, Biden said, "Whoa, Marjorie, thanks for dressing up tonight." Biden then wanted to say that he had seen a glimpse of Britt's rebuttal speech and thinks it will do more to help him win re-election against Trump than anything he might say. That is when Johansson appeared on screen as Britt. Britt laughed, "I have the honor of serving the great people of Alabama, but tonight I will be auditioning for the part of Scary Mom, and I'll be performing an original monologue called 'This Country is Hell.' You'll see I'm not just a senator, I'm also a wife and a mother and the craziest bitch in the Target parking lot. I'm worried about the future of our children, and that's why I have invited you into this strange, empty kitchen." She went on to describe Biden's speech as the performance of a permanent politician, then tried to convince viewers she is authentic. She said, "I'm not performing, I'm not," noting that she is selling on QVC the cross necklace she was wearing before getting weirdly seductive for no reason, and asking people if they're better off now than in 2020 when Trump was president, and nothing bad happened. The clip has already gotten more than 1 million views on YouTube. Johansson's husband, Colin Jost, who is also one of the show's head writers, took aim at Britt as well during Weekend Update news satire segment after declaring Biden kind of crushed it in his delivery of his great speech, even though the bar was very low. After a clip Britt's rebuttal played, Josh described it as a scene from her one-woman show of Britt's Much, the show critics are calling Is She Okay? Josh said, "This was honestly some of the worst acting I've seen, and I've seen me." This weekend's episode was guest hosted by Johansson's Marvel Cinematic Universe co-star Josh Brolin, while Ariana Grande was the musical guest. And a related story, Saturday Night Live cast member Bowen Yang and musical guest Ariana Grande hilariously satirized the 2001 tragic movie musical Moulin Rouge on this weekend's edition of the sketch comedy show. Yang played Christian, Ewan McGregor's penniless rider from the film, which was set in late 19th century Paris. Grande played his doom love interest, a tuberculosis-afflicted prostitute Satine, who was played in the movie by Nicole Kidman, while SNL guest host Josh Brolin popped in briefly to play Ziedler, Satine's boss, who was played in the film by Jim Broadbent. Yang struggled several times not to laugh as his character Christian whisked Grande Satine around the stage, singing a melody of popular love songs, as well as a few inappropriate classics that were easy to secure the rights to, such as Happy Birthday and The Wheels on the Bus. Grande Satine also coughed blood into a handkerchief, which Christian dramatically and accurately noted, That's movie for dying. Moulin Rouge is one of the few musicals nominated for the Best Picture Oscar. Stand-up comedian Ramy Youssef is set to guest host Saturday Night Live on March 30th. Rapper Travis Scott will provide the evening's musical entertainment. The sketch comedy show tapes in New York City and is now in its 48th season. A new travel series, Conan O'Brien Must Go, is slated to premiere on Max April 18th. The show will feature the former late-night talk show host visiting new friends he meets through his podcast, Conan O'Brien Needs a Fan, where he dives deep with listeners from around the world, the streaming service said in a press release on Saturday. Making stops in Norway, Thailand, Argentina, and Ireland, O'Brien surprises some of his most memorable fans while also taking in local culture, cuisine, and sights. O'Brien hosted Late Night with Conan O'Brien from 1993 to 2009, The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien from 2009 to 2010, and Conan from 2010 to 2021. Netflix is teasing the wonderful story of Henry Sugar and three more. The streaming service shared a trailer for the anthology of short films on Monday. The wonderful story of Henry Sugar and three more is based on the wonderful story of Henry Sugar and six more short story collection by Roald Dahl. The short film anthology is directed by Wes Anderson, who won his first Oscar on Sunday for Best Short Film Live Action for The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar stars Ralph Fiennes, Benedict Cumberbatch, Dev Patel, Ben Kingsley, and Richard Ayoade, and was originally released on Netflix in September 2023. The anthology also features Anderson's adaptation of Dahl's stories, The Swan, The Ratcatcher, and Poison. The Swan features Fiennes, Rupert Friend, and Asia Jennings, while The Ratcatcher features the voices of Fiennes, Ayoade, and Friend. Poison stars Fiennes, Cumberbatch, Patel, and Kingsley. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar and three more premieres Friday on Netflix. Christina Applegate said she felt beloved at the Emmys in January amid her battle with multiple sclerosis. The 52-year-old actress gave a health update in the preview Monday of an interview with Robin Roberts on Good Morning America. The full interview will air Tuesday on ABC. Applegate appeared on GMA with actress Jamie Lynn Sigler, who is also diagnosed with MS. Applegate was candid about her condition, telling Roberts, "I live kind of in a hell." She added, "I'm not out a lot, so this is a little difficult just for my system. But of course, the support is wonderful, and I'm really grateful." Applegate, who was diagnosed with MS in 2021, made a rare appearance on January 15th at the Primetime Emmy Awards. The actress received a standing ovation while presenting the award for Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. On GMA, Applegate said the moment was overwhelming to the point where she actually kind of blacked out. She said, "People say, 'Oh, you're so funny.' I'm like, I don't even know what I said. I don't even know what I was doing. I got so freaked out that I didn't even know what was happening anymore." She added before joking, "I felt really beloved, and it was really a beautiful thing then, and I'm just going to say that audience stood up for everybody." Taylor Swift will tease the acoustic songs from the Disney Plus version of her Eras Tour concert film this week. The 34-year-old singer announced Monday on Good Morning America that she will give a sneak peek of the songs beginning Tuesday on the ABC morning program. She said, "Tune in every day this week to get an exclusive look into the acoustic songs from the Eras Tour, my version. Don't miss the film when it drops on Disney Plus this Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time." Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour chronicles Swift's Eras World Tour, which kicked off March 2023 and resumed this February. The concert film opens in theaters in October 2023 and started streaming in December on Swift's birthday. Disney Plus announced in February that it will release Taylor Swift The Eras Tour Taylor's version, featuring 4 songs not included in the original video-on-demand release. A trailer for the film released last week shows that one of the new songs is Maroon. UPI says in its review of the original film that the movie captures Swift's brilliance as a performer. Britain's Princess Catherine apologized Monday for confusion over a family photo to celebrate British Mother's Day that she now says was edited before being released by Kensington Palace. The Princess of Wales, who married Prince William in 2011, said in a statement that she edited a photo that has since been pulled from circulation by several news organizations. Catherine said, like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apologies for any confusion the family photograph we shared yesterday caused. I hope everyone's celebrating and have a very happy Mother's Day. On Sunday, Kensington Palace released the photos of the princess and her 3 children, Prince George, 10, Princess Charlotte, 8, and Prince Louis, 5. The caption reads, "Thank you for your kind wishes and continued support over the last 2 months. Wishing everyone a happy Mother's Day." The photo was credited as being taken by William and marked the first official image of Catherine since she underwent abdominal surgery in January. Many noticed irregularities about the photo and speculated it had been digitally manipulated, leading news agencies to retract the image. Guitarist Slash announced his 6th solo album Friday. Orgy of the Damned is out May 17th and available for pre-order now. Slash welcomes singers Demi Lovato, Brian Johnson, Chris Stapleton, Beth Hart, Iggy Pop, Paul Rogers, Gary Clark Jr., Billy Gibbons, Chris Robinson, Dorothy, and Tash Neal. Slash released the first track, a cover of Howlin' Wolf's Killing Floor, on his YouTube channel. AC/DC Johnson sings the lyrics and Aerosmith's Steven Tyler plays harmonica for it. Killing Floor is one of my favorite Howlin' Wolf songs, but also one of the iconic blues riffs that turned me on as a young guitar player. Slash said in the statement, "I've always wanted to cover it in some capacity, and this record was the perfect vehicle." He covers 11 more blues classics on Orgy of the Damned. Lovato joins him for Papa Was Rolling Stone and Pop for Awful Dream. Slash assembled a blues band for this album with Johnny Gippervase on bass, Teddy Andreas on keyboard, Michael Jerome on drums, and Neil on guitar as well as vocals. Slash was part of the original lineup of Guns N' Roses. After that band, he formed bands Slash's Snake Pit and Velvet Revolver. His first solo album came out in 2010. South Korean singer V is giving a glimpse of his new music video. The K-pop star member of BTS released a preview for his video for Friends on Monday. The teaser opens with V quietly eating leftovers at a dining room table. The scene then changes to show a fight at a diner and V lying in a pool of blood under his head after appearing to be hit by a car. V shared a similar first teaser Saturday that featured a scene of him sitting among customers at the dining table. V also released a short film last week that shows the word friends spelled out in various forms, along with different combinations of letters reading dead, end, and desire. V will release Friends on Friday. The English-language single will mark his first solo release since the album Layover in September 2023. BTS also consists of Jin, Sugar, J-Hope, RM, Jimin, and Jungkook. Paul McCartney, the Eagles, and other artists will perform at a Jimmy Buffett tribute concert in April. The Keep the Party Going, a tribute to Jimmy Buffett concert, will take place April 11th at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles. Jon Bon Jovi, Zach Brown, Jackson Brown, Brandi Carlile, Kenny Chesney, Eric Church, Sheryl Crow, Scotty Emmerich, Jack Johnson, Caroline Jones, Mac Manali, Jake Owens, Pitbull, Jake Shimbapukuro, and the Coral Reef Band will also take the stage. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Keep the Party Going, a tribute to Jimmy Buffett, one night only at the Hollywood Bowl on April 11th. Buffett, the singer-songwriter known for Margaritaville and other hits, died at the age of 76 in September of 2023 following a battle with skin cancer. Chesney, McNally, Zach Brown Band, and Alan Jackson performed a tribute to Buffett at the CMA Awards in November. Equal Strains on All Parts, a posthumous final album from Buffett, was released the same month. The K-pop group Twice's With Youth is the number one album in the United States this week. Coming in number 2 on the Billboard 200 charts is Morgan Wallen's One Thing at a Time, followed by Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign's Vultures 1 at number 3, Noah Kahan's Stick Season number 4, and SZA's SOS at number 5. Running up the top tier are Drake's For All the Dogs number 6, Taylor Swift's 1989 Taylor's Version number 7, Lee Safram's Easy at number 8, Swift's Lover at number 9, and 21 Savage's American Dream at number 10. And finally, the animated adventure Kung Fu Panda 4 is the number one movie in North America, earning $58.3 million in receipts this weekend. BoxOfficeMojo.com announced on Sunday. Coming in number 2 is Dune Part 2 with $46 million, followed by Imaginary at number 3 with $10 million. Cabrini at number 4 with $7.6 million, and Bob Marley One Love at number 5 with $4 million. Running up the top tier are Ordinary Angels at number 6 with $2 million, Madam Web at number 7 with $1.112 million, Migration number 8 with $1.1 million, YOLO number 9 with $848,000, and Wonka number 10 with $600,000. And that is your entertainment report for Monday, March 11th, 2024. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Raymel. That's RYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app. Search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.